What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. We'll kick off today's outlook with AU. Alrighty, so having a bit of a look and just a bit of a refresher on where price is at. So we are still reacting out of that weekly supply, getting these really nice, little pushes to the downside out of it. But we can clearly see we've still got a lot of bullish momentum inside of this leg and the reaction out of this decisional area. So what we've got, obviously, price built up a heap of liquidity out of this big liquidity area here that I was looking at buying through all of last week. We did come down, mitigate our decisional area, and that ended up driving us up through, sweeping that retest point of that initial break, and now had a little bit of a sell-off from here. So played it how we thought. It just took a little bit longer for it to do it. But in terms of what we've got to work with now, we're in a bit of a unique spot. We can look for buyers and we can look for sells. So what I'm saying, we've got our initial break here, got a nice extreme area, decisional area that didn't sweep into liquidity. So I will not be looking to buy out of this decisional area. I'd be happy to buy off the inducement of it, but not the mitigation of it. But we have got a break and retest of the range, which we are mitigating currently after a little bearish break following on from the inducement of that retest point, and obviously all the liquidity that we built up along just here. So I'm open to sells into buys. If we sell off first without catching the sell and we start to buy, I won't be open for buys into sells. The only reason that I'm open to sells into buys is because I do believe that buys is the better longer term play and the higher probability outcome given the decisional mitigation, the externally bullish range, the sufficient retracement, and the break and retest that we can sweep to continue with that bullish leg. So given that that's the scenario, buys are a better outcome. However, understanding that we've swept a significant inducement point, liquidity point, and if we are going to buy, we'll need to come down further into our bullish internal range here, sweeping the retest. So if we can allow price to use the liquidity from that retest, use our retest point here as a smart money trap to bring in buyers, we can then look to catch the sell down through it to play the retest's position and what the retest is designed for. We can play that manipulation and then obviously look to catch the buy and the run back up from either inducement point. So having a bit of a look at the 5-minute and the options that we've got just here right now. The 5-minute break to the downside, little decisional point here, a little bit of retest that has already been swept. I'm not overly keen on using this area as a mitigation. I don't really like it. I'd rather see it get swept. It didn't sweep into liquidity, so it doesn't really fit my rules. I don't know what it looks like maybe on the 1-minute. On the 1-minute, swept a little bit, but nothing crazy, nothing too significant. We have just got a little break of structure just here now. We can see what it does if it pulls up, gives us an internal inducement and a second break. We can have a bit of a look at that. See what it does. I'd rather this be a fake out though. Using that as a trap to bring in more buyers, take them out, sweep, and then get the sell from here. Ideally, some sort of smart money trap play. And then we can get in like that. That would be the ideal scenario. May just melt, and if it does, that's okay. Yeah, we'll see what it does. But that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for just here right now. So we'll see how this wants to shape up, and if it wants to shape up. If it does sell off without allowing us to get in, that's fine. As long as we can just do something like this and generate a little bit of liquidity, we can then buy from here or down here. If it comes to too deep inside of here, I'm not too keen. If we, sit just in the vicinity of that retest, I'm fine. I just don't want to see it come all the way down. So that's cool. Sweet. Happy days. Looks like it may just sell, and that's fine. Cool. I'll move over to GU because GU is the next one that I'm interested in. I have no interest in EU today, and I'll explain why. Cool. So looking at GU, we'll step out a little bit again. My internet's been really slow today, which isn't helping me at all. We've got a 4-hour bullish leg here, mitigating the main decisional area at the bottom of our hourly and 15-minute bearish legs. So of course, buys make sense due to this significance and our positioning in this leg. We're going to need to do a complex pullback for selling. So now that we've got that, what do we have to work with internally? We're loading and we're loading and we're loading, and that's loaded enough. That'll do. Sweet. Internal break, massive internal range, which is really annoying. Nothing we can do about it though. Got a very nice extreme, bit of liquidity built up, so that's not overly ideal, but it did sweep liquidity. And then we've got a very nice decisional area just here. Retest built up, which is around that 50% of Asia mark. So if we can get the inducement of the retest, I'm happy to buy straight away. If we can get the mitigation of the decisional, I'm more so would be keen to buy. Push up, inducement, decisional, keen to buy. I'm just keen to buy. Really, that's it. I'm seeing this point here as retest of our 15-minute and hourly external break. So I believe that at the least we should be able to come and sweep this. If we do push up from here like this a little bit, sweep the decisional of that break, I'm actually open to short-term sells. Again, playing the smart money trap manipulation, just giving it significance, should be able to catch a 15-minute sized move. And yeah, look to catch that sell out of there. But ideally, we're going to sell down a little bit here, generate some liquidity on this little sell-off, sweep that or mitigate that, and then we'll be able to catch that run to the upside. So keeping it pretty simple for GU. Its structure internally is quite nice. Looking at EU, I've got nothing really for EU that I'm interested in. Loading again. So we've got our 15-minute and hourly external leg here. We are mitigating that a little bit of a decisional area of our 4-hour break, induced really nicely into it. So that's cool. It's fantastic. Broke into the upside. Got a bit of a decisional area that sits down here. Nothing too crazy, but it's not too bad. Yet to retest the break though, so we've got nothing to work with there. However, we do have this point here, which is the decisional of that 15-minute and hourly bearish break. So I'm actually open to sells out of here, or the inducement of it, of course, which pushes us into this area, which is just more so an extension of that decisional point. So I'd be happy to sell from up there, but yeah, not looking to do anything immediately, just given that we haven't retested this break. So I just won't have too much of my focus on EU. Now, we've also got no news for today, only a little bit of orange folder. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, AU's just going to sell. That's a bit of a bummer. That's okay. Nothing we can do about it. Outlook's spot on. Just wanted to go a little bit earlier than what we were looking for. There's no way to get in that anyway. So that's fine. Sweet, guys. We'll wrap it up there, and I'll speak to you all shortly. Obviously, if you've got any questions, make sure to let me know.